Okay, at this time, I'm going to call to order the January 15th, 2025 Callahan Trailway Management Council meeting. The time is 3 o'clock. We'll rise and pay respects to the flag, and we will then have invocation by Vice Chair Brakefield. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord, we thank you for this new year and look forward to the many things that you are going to do and for be a blessing to us. Keep our trail safe for this new season. I offer a special prayer for the families in California that are suffering, as well as the firefighters that are going beyond their normal capabilities. I pray for this nation, our state, and our local governments, and pray we will be a blessing to you. We ask you would be with us today as we deliberate and bring glory to your name, as well as the trail. In your name we pray, amen.
Amen. Thank you. Hey, John?
Yes.
Come on up.
You can go hang out with
Have
Aaron.
a seat. Have a
But if you
seat.
talk too much, we have to separate you.
We don't talk too much.
Okay. In the absence of Secretary McDonald, I will just go ahead and call the roll, so we'll have it on the record and for the actual, for the tape itself. So we'll start out, Councilor Moore. Here. Councilor Colvin. Here. Vice Chair Brakefield.
Here.
Alternate Council Member Carson.
Here.
Councilor Watley. And Chairperson Wright. Here. Okay, we have a quorum. Absent are Secretary McDonald and Representative Allison Kemp from the Village of Oxford. Okay, so with that, we're going to go on to our agenda and approve the agenda. Any amendments to the agenda? Okay, hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I'll make a motion we approve the agenda.
Okay, I have a motion by Vice Chair Brakefield, second by Councilor Colvin to approve the agenda as presented. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The motion carries. Next on to our consent agenda to approve our minutes for the December 18th meeting, regular and closed session. The bills in the amount of $4,472.90, the financial reports for December, and the trail manager report for January 2025. Any questions on the bills or the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda to include the December 18th, 2024 meetings, minutes, the December 18th, 2024 closed session minutes, approve December 2024 bills to be paid in the amount of $4,472.90, receive and file the financial reports for December 2024, and receive and file the trail manager's report for January 2025.
Okay, motion by Vice Chair Brakefield, second by Councilor Wiley to approve the consent agenda as presented. Any further questions, comments on the consent agenda? Okay, hearing none, I guess I'll call the roll on behalf of the council and Secretary McDonald. We'll start out with Vice Chair Brakefield.
Yes?
Councilor Colvin.
Yes.
Councilor Moore.
Yes.
Councilor Watley.
Yes.
Councilor Carson.
Yes.
And Chairperson Wright, yes. Okay, that motion carries. Consent agenda is approved. On to public comment. No public comment are present. Moving on to citizen rep report. Kevin, any report for us this month? No report. Okay, moving on. Unfinished business. Consent judgment. Counselors in front of you. Oh, John, did you get a copy?
I've got it on my phone, but I don't have it.
Here, I got an extra one.
All right, thank you.
Okay, you're kind of getting thrown into the mix here because you haven't been exposed to it unless you've been briefed. But anyway, council members, we've been on this for over a year. In front of you is a consent judgment that was forwarded by Attorney Hamame yesterday evening to myself and to Linda on this. And within your packet, you'll see a red line version of the document you had in December with the changes that are proposed, and a clean copy that, if approved, we will get this forwarded over to the court and get the case dismissed before the deadline. I believe it's the 22nd of January. Just in briefing on this, if you look through the document and in the red line area and the map in the back of the consent judgment as the exhibit, you'll see the fence line. It's real small in there, but you'll see a distance of 5.4 feet with an arrow and a distance of 2.9 feet with an arrow. The consent judgment is to allow the defendants to still use that property between the property line and the fence line up to where you see the 2.9 foot mark. And then beyond that, the Pollyant Trail reserves the right to go ahead and redirect the fence as what we'd like to do on that. Whether we want to match the property line or something different, we are at a discussion to do that through this consent judgment. The area between 2.9 feet and essentially 5.4 feet, we are mutually agreeing that we are giving them a revocable use of that property until such time as we feel that if it's being used unreasonably on our behalf, we have the right to go in and move that fence or remove that fence for that. Other than that, as you see the red line version on there, it's pretty much just some typos that are in there and some other just minor details. The defendants have signed the consent judgment, as you see on the clean copy on the document itself. So, any other questions or comments you want to make on this? I'll open the floor.
Make a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
I'll make a motion that we would simply be to approve the consent judgment and authorize the attorney to sign and file with the court.
I'll support.
Okay, we got a motion by Vice Chair Brakefield. We got a second by Counselor Colvin to approve the consent judgment and authorize the attorney to sign and file with the court. Any further questions on this motion or the issue? Okay, hearing none, I'm going to do a roll call vote on this. I will do Counselor Watley,
Yes.
Counselor Carson,
Yes.
Vice Chair Brakefield,
Yes?
Counselor Colvin,
Yes.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
and Chairperson Wright, yes. Okay, that motion carries. I will get a hold of the attorney after this meeting, let them know they can go ahead and file the document in the court. We'll dismiss the case with those particular changes in there. All right, thanks, counsel, for that, your review and support along this total issue that's been dragging on way too long, but hopefully it's behind us now all the way. So thank you to our attorneys too for assisting us in that process. Okay, on to new business, which will be the 25-2026 MMRA insurance renewal. In front of you, council, is the revised or updated or new insurance document. Pretty much the same information as 2024-2025. You'll see the summary sheet on the front increases 4.7% or $162 in there. Coverages are essentially the same. A couple changes in the coverages that I did point out is that we had zero coverage on transformers before. Now we got $2.5 million. On other covered property, it went from 10,000 up to 20,000. I don't know if anybody else picked up any other changes to it. Councilor Watley.
The only thing that I noticed in there was no coverage for the restroom at Water Depot.
Yeah, we gotta talk about the restroom and the gazebo.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't, that's a good point, because when you look at the contents value of personal property, or, that's a good point, because that building is not added to the policy.
Right, gazebo and the restroom.
The gazebo too.
Right.
Yeah, so,
If you want me to call and ask and have it added, that, I can do that.
yeah, have them add that, because usually what does Orion Township have for insurance? Do they have
Same MMRMA.
MMRMA?
but
Yeah,
I'm
'cause
sure
what-
there would be some dual coverage there as well, but it would make sense to have it covered under. And then
Right, yeah, not to put it on yours, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
thinking, okay, because what my understanding is they have like a blanket coverage in the dollar amount is there's like a base that they'll cover
Yeah.
before it gets to be itemized.
Yeah, I'll call Keith and make sure that we're covered on that.
Yeah, those two items, those are good points, but I don't know if it'll affect our premium or not. I don't know if that's the case, or there's a property total difference or not. But, I guess if it does, it can't be that much, you know. But, yeah, you're gonna contact.
I'll call Keith, I'll send him an email tonight. Yeah.
I still wanna go ahead and approve this, so we have it on the books, because we're not meeting until April after this. And then this is gonna go into effect on February 25th. So other than that, I guess another point is our distribution checks, we got $963 back for being an MMRMA member, so basically it's about, the 28%, 30% of the premiums coming back by way of a refund on that. So, anything else?
I can make a motion if you want.
Okay,
I'll move to approve the renewal of Pollyant Trailway Management Council insurance policy with the Michigan Municipal Risk Management Authority for the period of February 25th, 2025 through February 25th, 2026 in the amount of $3,594, and authorize the chairman to sign the coverage proposal on behalf of the Pollyant Trailway Management Council. This $3,594 amount to be expensed in account number 298-853-955.000, Insurance Pollyant Trail.
I'll second that comment.
okay, a motion by Vice Chair Brakefield, second by Counselor Watley. Counselor Watley?
Would it make sense for us to maybe amend the motion to, there might be a variation?
You
in
read
the-
my mind. I
in
was
the-
going to say
the
that.
amount? Yeah,
I would like to amend the motion to allow the chairman to sign, even if it's a small increase, without any issue. There will be, I'm sure there's going to be an increase of the $3,594.
I'll second, or I'll amend my motion second.
Okay, all right. So we got
As soon as I
a
find
motion,
out, yeah.
an amended motion on the floor. So, what we'll do is, you want to amend the motion to include authorize the
additional
chairperson to sign with
Yes.
increased cost. Okay, so we've got two motions on the floor. Okay. We'll vote on the amended motion first, which is all-inclusive. Approve that, and then we will vote the original motion down.
Okay.
Okay, so on the amended motion for approval, we'll do roll call vote. We'll go with Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Counselor Colvin,
Yes.
Vice Chair Brakefield,
Yes.
Counselor Watley,
Yes.
Counselor Carson,
Yes.
and Chairperson Wright, yes. Okay, amended motion to be voted down. We'll start with Chairperson Wright, no. Counselor Carson,
No.
Counselor Watley,
No.
Counselor Moore,
No.
Counselor Colvin,
No.
and Vice Chair Brakefield.
No.
Okay, those motions carry. Okay, so, one carries, one fails, excuse me, on that. So I will get a hold, or Linda will get a hold of Keith maybe as early as after this meeting.
Yeah, I'll send him an email tonight. As soon as I get any information, I'll forward it to you. If there's a price increase, I'll forward it to you. It's not gonna be a ton of money.
No, I don't think so. We budgeted 3,800, so right now we got a $206 swing. So if it is over that, then,
Yeah,
So be it.
it's gonna be minimal.
yeah, no, so that. Okay, on to, item 9B, trail manager contract renewal. This is in your packet, counselors, because, trail manager Moran's contract expires on March 31st, and we won't be meeting till April 16th. So I wanted to get this in the packet to at least get the base established for length of time, potential, how much we want to pay Linda, and any changes that you see. There's a couple that Linda pointed out to me in this contract, was that now she has a $500 bank to use administratively. Then also on the actual Exhibit A with her duties as manager, item number 7 for the WAM program, that is now eliminated on there. So, other than that, I didn't see really any other changes that we wanted to make on that. I know when you go down through the scope of work, I think Linda's performed those pretty admirably. I think that comes out in the way you see the actual condition of the trail, and things that have happened along the way with that. So, I don't know, Linda, you gotta give us some input too. You know, do you want a 2-year contract, going for a 3-year contract, 1-year contract, no contract?
Whatever's easiest. If you wanna
Whatever's
do.
easiest?
Yeah, well, if we have to come back every year, you gotta do it every year. You gotta remember it, get it on the agenda. If you wanna do a 2-year, that's fine. If you wanna do a 3-year, that's fine too. I don't care.
We gave her a 2-year last time, right?
Yeah, it's a
2-year.
2-year grant.
If you do it in 2 years, then another 2 years, that might be the end of my term. I'll be
That would
65.
Yeah,
I'll be 65, guys.
But she has to pay us back if she leaves.
irrevocable?
Irrevocable.
Irrevocable?
Yeah.
You're stuck for time.
I'm getting old, guys. I'm telling you, I'll be 65 and maybe I'll stay. Just letting you know, 65 is, I'm getting old.
No.
Yeah.
No, we're having fewer meetings, right?
Yeah.
So I say we cut her pay about maybe 25%.
But then I wanted gas stipends.
She's always got an answer, doesn't she? She's got a rebuttal. on
You
every-
might say, what 9 months of the year do you want the trail maintained? And
Yeah, 9 months. I'm good with that. Actually, no.
yeah, make that motion.
Okay.
Make that motion.
I'll make a motion to enter an agreement with Linda Moran as independent contractor agreement with a term of 2 years and with an option to renew after the 2 years.
And well, I guess,
As presented.
leaving the money is the same?
Oh, well. We can talk about that. Let me pull back on my motion.
You can rescind your motion.
Rescind my motion.
Okay, rescind your motion. That's one thing too. I mean, that's one of the, I won't say sticking points, but it is something that, you know, what does Linda think she's worth to us, and what do we think she's worth to us? You know,
Well, we don't have a lot of money, guys. I mean, we don't. We spend it. We don't have a lot. So
so you don't want to be paid?
I do want to get paid.
Okay.
It basically covers what
We
I.
have that,
it-
so.
What I get paid basically gets back into the trail, so I keep like, yeah.
A 3% increase?
I agree with that, 3. That's what I think the standard was, 3% increase in pay.
I don't have a calculator on me except what's in my head. So $32,400 at 3% is what, another $1,000? $972.
Hang on,
972 was 3% of 32,400.
let's get the, what is it, 32,700?
32,400 times 1.03.
33,372.
Does that divide by 12
Yes.
evenly?
Yep, 2781.
2781.
2781. Per month?
2781 per month. How we structure? We structured biannual, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I submit invoices once a month.
Okay, let's do this then. Linda, you got to let us know if that's an agreeable number. We'll put this together and you tell us.
Okay.
But if we can fill in the incidentals, we'll do that, and then we'll come back and finalize this in the April meeting, and we'll retroactive it back to April 1st, if that works
That's fine.
for council and for the town manager.
That's totally fine with me.
And that way there too, once you see the proposed document in front of you, you can see if there's any other issues that would actually pertain to that. So, I
Mr.
get,
Chair, could I ask a question to Linda? Did you have a number in mind?
No.
Okay, so that answered that. So you're good with the 3%?
Yeah.
You're good with anything, aren't you? Just don't get rid of it.
I'm getting retired. I have 183 days. And the old man's retired. And I just live off him.
wow. So I guess in a sense, maybe, now that I have the information, I can put you a draft agreement together and put it in the packet for April and come back for final approval. I mean, that's the consensus of council. Councilor Colvin, does that sound all right to you?
Yes.
Right? Councilor Moore?
Yes.
Okay.
I've got another question.
Yeah.
If we all agree on the pay, we all
Sounds
agree
like
on
it.
the years, we all agree on everything else, why don't we just make the contract and renew it in March? Basically, we're just gonna all say, okay,
That works for me, because you have a sight unseen document, which is fine.
we just kinda see it right here. You're okay with that? Who made that motion?
Nobody, because I was working to get a motion.
Oh, you made the motion.
He rescinded it.
Yeah.
He
Want me to do
rescinded
it
the
again?
motion.
Okay.
Rescinded the
I'm-
motion. All right,
Can
go
I
ahead,
make a
Counselor Watley.
I'll make a motion to contract with Linda for, as an independent contractor for a 2-year term with a 3% increase each year.
I'll second that motion.
With the contract beginning April 1st, 2025, expiring
26,
March 31st,
Oh.
2027.
27, yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll add that into your motion.
Thank
No,
you.
Mr. Chair, you
Yes, sir.
did hear Aaron's motion,
Yes.
3% each year.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
That's fine. You know, it's a gradual increase. It's the same thing was set up in this one now.
could be a 3% deduction.
You and all the tax people.
Everybody understand on the motion what it is? Okay, all right. So we're gonna have a 2-year agreement. We're gonna increase 3% per year. Terms basically the same as they have been.
And I don't need to increase my insurance coverage, right?
Was
You
it
do not.
Oh, $1 million, what was it?
It's $1 million now. How much more do you want on there?
100 million.
$100 million insurance coverage.
Okay, everybody knows what the motion is, 2-year agreement, 3% increase per year, the rest of the documents remain pretty much the same. Better roll call this. We'll go with Counselor Moore,
Yes.
Counselor Colvin,
Yes.
Vice Chair Brakefield,
Yes?
Counselor Carson,
Yes.
Counselor Watley,
Yes.
and Chairperson Wright, yes. Okay, Linda, I'll get that recreated, you and I will sign that, and we'll have that on file as well. On to item 9C, portable restroom. This is in the packet because we usually put a restroom out April 1st through the end of November. We've had Turner Sanitation do the services for that. The price has not increased per what Linda indicated to me. So what I put in the memo, based upon cost per day, is $781.08. That's a plus or minus. Could be a different number there. So basically, there's pretty much not much change there. Linda, you didn't price anybody else out, did you?
No, we just use them. I've priced others in the past, and these guys are the cheapest. They always do a good service for us. They're cleaning everybody else. They're not a huge, it's not a huge,
And they're reliable too.
oh, super reliable, yeah, yeah.
Okay, any other questions on a portable restroom? Do you want one at, it's going at Milk Run, which is off Lake George Road, because nobody knows where it's at on
I'll go ahead and make a motion. to
Okay.
move that
that. Vice Chair
Pollyanna-
Brakefield.
I'll move that that the Pollyanna Trailway Management Council directs the trail manager, Linda Moran, to contact Turner Sanitation and order one portable restroom from Turner Sanitation to be placed at Milk Run, which is Lake George Road, along with the Pollyanna Trail beginning April 1st, 2025, and to be removed November the 30th, 2025.
There's a typo there, isn't there?
Cost of portable restroom to be expensed to account number 298, 853, 932, 000, maintenance of grounds.
I'll support.
Okay, a motion by Vice Chair Brakefield, second by Counselor Colvin to approve the placement of the portable restroom. Any further questions on that? Hearing none, I'll roll call that out. Counselor Watley,
Yes.
Counselor Carson,
Yes.
Vice Chair Brakefield,
Yes?
Counselor Colvin,
Yes.
Counselor Moore,
Yes.
and Chairperson Wright, yes. Okay, that motion carries. Linda, you got that already ready to
Yep.
go?
I'll call Fallon and get it scheduled. Yeah.
Okay, last item on the agenda, council members, is the master plan update. That's expiring at the end of this year, so what I wanted to do is be proactive in getting that exercise underway, not necessarily today or anytime, like in the first few months, but as you remember, the ones that were on council last time, the time frame it took us to get this going, and we basically crammed a lot of stuff in like the last couple months before it took place. And a big thank you out to Kristen Wolfang for actually orchestrating it. So if we don't have Kristen to do that for us, then it behooves us to step up and take the reins on this. So, and in your memo, you see some of the bullet points that were required last time. So this is kind of like using that as the template to move it forward this time. So no action on this. Just want to bring it to your attention. So come April, we might have a better game plan. Linda and I might sit down and give you kind of a timeline of what we think we need to do here, where it needs to be done, and how it will be done on that. So any other questions or anything on the master plan? I just put the cover letter in there because the document's too big to email. I did bring the document, so that's what it looks like. It's 168 pages, Linda?
Yes.
How many pages?
I think it'll be a lot easier this time because we did all of the
Should
hard
be.
work last time. It'll be a
good
matter
read.
of just updating grants, updating demographics, that sort of thing, and then doing
161.
our community outreach.
Yeah, I suppose it's a good report card for us because within here it shows some of the priority items
Yeah.
of where it needs to be and what we need to do, short term, medium, long term, and some of those have been accomplished, and we'll see how we
Yeah.
weigh out on that. But I just want to bring it to council's attention. Councilor Watley.
What I would recommend that after the next April meeting, we discussed talking about setting up. I don't need any more meetings, but I think it makes sense to have, meetings every couple weeks discussing it. We'd be able to help with some of the graphic design and things like that. We have a few people that are pretty skilled in that, so we could help in that aspect. Because Kristen's not helping with us again this
We
week.
don't know.
No,
Okay.
We don't know.
we're gonna reach out to her and stuff like that and see what she's able to help us with. I mean, she has a lot of things on her plate. And she basically did the master plan last time. And if we can do it ourselves, I think the Pauline Trail is now kind of grown to a point where we can do it. We can take care of it. We got resources. I can bring all the raw data, but I don't have the graphic background or the ability to do the graphic part. The raw data is easy. In the meetings and stuff, we can do that. That's not a problem. But
We don't want to not have Kristen involved though.
No, we don't.
She-
No,
she's
I want her
willing.
involved as much as she wants to be involved.
Right,
But
exactly.
she is inundated right now with some trail tragedies that have happened as far as washouts and funding and, we're big kids now. We can take care of ourselves sometimes. So she can hopefully let us coast a little bit.
So you're going to see this as a regular agenda item for us to tackle and
Yeah.
with the goal of come January 1, 2026, that document will be on the shelf ready for reviewing and in place. So we'll see how that works in April. Linda and I will work on this in the meantime, come back with some sort of a layout, I guess we'll call it that, and see where we go with it.
You need a volunteer to help. I'll help any way you need on this thing.
You're one of 8.
You can sit at- you can sit with me
Everybody's
at
fair
the-
game.
You can sit with me at the library next and you can talk to
Yeah, I
strangers.
think we
Yep.
did last time, didn't we?
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't it, wasn't
It
it?
was black. I don't know if you were there or not. You
Oh,
stopped
so-
by, I think. Yeah. You stopped by and ate
That was in
cookies.
Lake Orion at Friendship Park, wasn't it?
We had Friendship Park,
Yeah.
we had the
Township.
Orion Township Library, we had Addison Township, and,
Leonard, we had one in Leonard, I
nope, not one at Leonard,
think. Was it Addison?
just Addison Town, the library, because we had someplace that was open at night.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, and we have to have 3 public meetings and a notice in the paper. So, and then
Public meetings, public notices,
we'll get through it.
and everything like that, so.
All the hard work's been done beforehand. All the interlocal agreements that we had to draft and all of that was the hardest part. That was,
So we'll piggyback on that exercise last time of trying to be in compliance, because a lot of things I didn't know how it was supposed to go, so Kristen definitely deserves a lot of kudos for getting this document here. You know, he has to be sent out to certain people on here to be signed and all that good stuff. So
well,
we'll get to that.
yeah, Kristen took us under her wing last time.
Yeah.
probably, and I
Yeah.
think we can,
Anything else on master planning at this point? Okay, at this point, it concludes our business at hand on the agenda. Public, nobody else has shown up at this time. Council member comments, starting with Councilor Moore.
I had none.
None comments. Counselor Colvin,
No comments.
Vice Chair Brightfield.
I would like to commend Linda for showing us a check for $61,916.42 from the state of Michigan. Good job.
Got us going.
Counselor Watley. Keep up the good work. Counselor Carson.
Hi, everybody. Nice to meet you.
Welcome, this is us.
Yeah, and I guess if that's all you have to say, I would say thank you too for stepping up at the last moment. And, in the absence of Counselor Pfeiffer, just tell him he owes you one.
Yeah, he owes me more than one.
All right. Good deal on that. Yeah, that's a good thing, Council. We got this fence deal behind us. It's much appreciated. Mentioned that. Just to give you some idea on our cash flows here. We started off the year in fund balance $240,000. We spent about $60,000, so we were unaudited. We got about $180,000 of fund balance for future usages. A significant amount of that is going to be for the ARPA monies that we received in the past, the state grant funding on that. So the money we utilized for the $62,000 basically is going to be coming back. It's already, we already received the check. You just don't see it here yet. So other than that, that's monies that we look a lot better than we did 10 years ago, right, Linda?
Yeah.
On that. And other than that, Council, that's pretty much all I have. Next meeting, mark your calendar, is April 16th, 2025. It'll be at the Oxford Village offices there. So we'll just see you there. Thank you for coming, because otherwise we might not have a quorum today. So appreciate that. So with that, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn at 3:33. Oh, okay. You do want to talk, Linda?
Of course I do.
Okay.
You never let me.
All right.
You're just
Well, then
me.
I'll start with Kevin.
Well,
Kevin, anything to add?
Just as a refresher, go back to the master plan for a minute. And the reason you do the master plan like every 5 years is so that we're in compliance, that we can then be eligible to receive state and or federal funds. Is that correct?
correct, grants. Yeah, TAP grant, that sort of thing. Yeah. And it just kind of keeps us honest and legit.
Yeah.
So,
Anything else, Kevin? Okay. All right, Linda.
all right. So for you that don't know, Bill is one that does know.
Linda's got to get her fanfare.
I do. So we received almost $80,000 from Oxford Township in ARPA funds. We did take 250 tons of gravel over into Orion. I want to thank the DPW for guiding the trucks in there. That was fantastic. Big shout out to Mid-Michigan Materials and Rob Wilson. They're letting us store 400 tons of gravel out at the Atkin entrance for our resurfacing this summer. And a big shout out to Bill, who has come to the village manager in Leonard, and he's been on fire since he got there. I called him up and I said, hey, you going to be around tomorrow? And he said, yeah. I said, cool. I said, I might have some gravel haulers coming down your road at 80 miles an hour. Could you kind of just guide them in? So it was snowing. I think it was negative 17 degrees out there. And I called them up and I said, hey, they're sitting by the mill. They don't know where to go. So Bill's running out there with his coffee and his jams, guiding them in.
That was the first guy. After that, I said, "Give your dispatcher my phone number and just call me when I know."
So he's riding on the back of the gravel trucks. And Don Irwin, thank God, well, not really thank God, but he's laid off, so he was in the village doing work. So he brought the front loader over and shoved everything over in the back parking lot. So big shout out to Leonard for
So I'll put away
nice and neat. So everybody worked together, and Vince and the boys at the DPW over in Orion, what a bunch of good guys, I'm telling you. So everything's coming together. So now the gravel waits for us instead of us waiting for gravel like we did last time. So this summer's projects, I'm getting underway. We'll be out in front of Ed's house all summer long.
Good.
Yeah.
It needs it.
Horses will be entertained all summer long.
Does anybody need a updated contact list?
Did you get Rudy? Did you get Rudy on it?
No?
I talked to Joe yesterday, and he said, yes, Rudy is the new manager, and he would send you that contact information. I talked to him yesterday.
All right. All right. What I'll do is once I get that, I'll just email the council, and you do with the contact us that you want to do with it.
You
So-
did put Bruce on it then?
I
You got
did.
Bruce on it.
Yeah, so I did.
So that's it. If anybody has a 10-yard gravel hauler, let me know.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a 10-yard.
Okay, on that note, I'll intend to adjourn this time at 3:37 PM.
Thanks, Chris.
Make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, a motion by Councilor Wiley, second by Vice Chair Brightfield to adjourn the meeting at 3:37 PM. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, council.